Blue. So we're doing it once a month.
Yeah, it's okay. I look for the red dot, so that's my clue. Oh, upper left.
All
All right, good morning. It's 10:02. Welcome, everybody. The month of December, our meeting. Just going to remind everybody that it's being recorded live. And so we'll begin the meeting with the acceptance of reports. And as usual, gets the notes out in the same day.
Well, as long as these notes on, I had a very difficult time with that last meeting. There's so much talking, not just with Phil. Jeremy up there, he was sitting way over there and he doesn't talk very loud and it's a miracle these notes make sense.
Well, you know,
I think they do. I think they make like.
Yeah.
When I got done with them, I said.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
they did make sense, and we'll try to slow down.
Yeah, and everybody keep your voice up because it's a big room and the voices get lost up
I don't
there.
know, it's later that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So there's a new microphone in the middle that
Oh.
is like omnidirectional.
Enough.
No, it does
picks up?
pick up a little bit better, but I think people still have to project. But it's
Yeah.
rather than, it actually does a better job picking up than the table mounted ones where you basically had to have your face in it.
Big room, you know, and the
Right.
voice is kind of, you know.
Right.
And maybe my hearing is going too, I don't know.
Well,
It could be.
But I think, but you're right, people do need to project. So
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
we all need to.
Okay.
So thank you for the reminder.
Thank you.
All right.
I do appreciate it.
I'm going to give you a couple minutes to just look over the secretary's report. And then I'll ask for a motion to accept the minutes. Okay, everybody's good? Can I have a motion, please? Oh,
Oh,
you have a question? Go ahead.
so I think. Oh, I had a question about the FY 26 budget. So
Okay.
where it says free cash will be used. I guess it wasn't clear to me which.
Where is she? You know.
Oh, sorry.
directing a little-
Oh, I'm sorry. On the second page of the minutes where it says FY 26 budget,
Yeah.
I guess
way down.
it wasn't clear to me where free cash should be used. And I guess that's okay. I mean, maybe we can request free cash in the annual town meeting. But I was associating it with the refrigerator and the stair lift, which is ARPA
ARPA
funds,
money.
which is different.
I mean, I don't remember now where that came
Okay.
from, but I'm sure it didn't come.
Okay, and it may
We
be
just
I
said
may have just,
opera, APRA will be used. Would you prefer that?
yes. I guess these have semicolons, so like maybe I was associating two things next to each other that weren't next
So
to each
what
other.
supposed to say?
Well, so there's for the new refrigerator and the new stair lift, that was from ARPA, ARPA, which is like, I think, I can't remember
It's
what it
like the
stands for.
recovery,
Yeah,
like the
it's
American Recovery Act.
I think so,
That's
yes.
the Biden administration passed that.
Well, so how?
Or ARPA.
AR?
ARPA monies will be used for a new refrigerator and a new stair lift. ARPA.
I guess I wanted to make it
Americans
clear
Recovery
because
Protection Act or something like
free
that.
cash has to go to a town meeting vote to be used, so I wanted to just make that point clear.
Okay,
I think Jeremy was talking about a lot of.
Yes, he
Well,
probably,
like I said,
yes,
it
he was.
I hope today will go better because it will not eat.
it will. Think positive, it will.
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
keep
with that-
poking at us.
With that change, can I have a motion to accept the minutes with that one change? Bill says yes. Second, please. Bill says second, all in favor. Aye. Okay, great. No worries.
I have to have her do it because I
Then
think
then it moves all
it's
around.
all my accounts, it makes all these different.
I'll tell you, secretary's job's not easy. I know. Treasurer's report. Carol?
Okay, the treasurer's report, November 2024.
the COA gift account, we had donations of $185. And that was a donation for Paula. We also moved down to the food pantry account. Donations, there were 6 private donations totaling $2,025. A business sponsored donation for $403 from Custom Home Realty. That was a very nice donation.
That was relative to the Halloween.
Oh, the trunk or treat.
Trunk or treat.
Yeah, I'm sorry we missed that this year.
Okay. Expenses for the month were Market Basket, $1,183.83. Market Basket gift cards for the holidays, $1,250. WB Mason paper stock, $564.68. Reimburse Amy for stock from BJ's, Price Chopper, and Restaurant Depot, $162.67. We have a building fund, $1,490. And we have a memorial donation of $50.
And I just want to say, the building fund was created, forgive me, I don't know the exact year, but when Sharon Cutler passed away several years ago, she was a former select person among other things, and she was very active on the Friends of and Elders. So when she passed away, her family asked if they could donate money to the building project. And so the select board approved the start of this fund.
Right.
So now her husband, Donald, has passed away, and the family has requested donations in both Donald and Sharon's name together.
Nice.
So I just took another one in, so that's where that one is kind of sitting separate from any other.
I know the spelling of the name is Carlton Cutler, it should be
Oh,
Cutler.
I'm sorry.
It's CUTLER,
Yeah.
right?
I can change that.
Just those two
And
letters.
that's, yes, I can
Reversed.
change that.
Cutler.
And in the first line where I said expense control report should say for prior month, I used to put the name of the month, but just wanted to let you know, we're going into, this is the 6th month of our fiscal year. And we're going into it with 64% of our funds still intact. So we're starting the new year, we're in very good shape. Money set aside for all the bills that will be up and coming, and we're good that way.
Okay, very good. May I have a motion, please, to accept the treasurer's report? Diane says yes. Donna, second. All in favor? Aye. Perfect. Okay, director's report, Amy. Because they're doing the writing.
So, last month, to your attention, I received a call from HR from Imperial that they have space in their facility should we ever want space for an event, like above their
Showroom.
or showroom. And it's on a case-by-case basis. No food would be permitted there. They, again, would need to.
What kind of would you have? They get the wrong people.
Say we had like a comedian and we needed more room, or say we were doing that like the woman that does senior citizens. And we wanted a big space, we're doing the Friends, we're doing a fundraiser, we needed a space, something like that.
Oh, you mean it does the historical things?
Yeah, if we needed another space, but yeah, no food. And so some of those events, we don't serve food at, so that was just one thing to bring to your attention. That
We
was
appreciate the offer.
That was after the November 5th vote.
And what would the fee be?
She didn't say that there would be any fee.
It doesn't sound like there would
Sounds
be.
like they're offering.
Fees to be offered.
Next space, but yeah, so. What's that? No, that is. Okay, yeah. Elaine, yeah, she's a Mendon resident, so, one thing, and then the second thing, Carolyn gave me some advice, and when I was going to get the gift cards for the Veterans Appreciation, I asked to speak to the manager at Muffin House. Did not get to speak to her that day, but she did call me back, and Carolyn had suggested that they, are oftentimes willing to give donations. And, she said that, yes, that is true. So I just wanted to keep that, keep that in mind that, if we ever needed, often for something.
We should throw them some business anyway if they're gonna do that for us. We do?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of business.
Oh, okay. I wasn't there to eat.
We got the certificates of corrections,
Oh,
and
I'll
then
give them
also,
some.
they help us out too for the,
And you commented about Imperial, they are very generous to the Friends.
yes, you're right.
They're there with every advert, every donation.
Wonderful.
Yes, and then, lastly, want to make you aware, Senator Fatman was not able to attend Senior Citizen Day. His staff has been, in touch with me, trying to coordinate something, so I had an idea, and I was created by Ann Mazar, because she's a key player in this, and so we thought that maybe our next COA meeting, January 8th, would be a good time to have that senator come out, present a citation to Ian at our meeting. That way, Elena could be here, so we'd have a select board member here, we could have Jeremy here, I mean, it could be,
Yeah.
a nice event,
Oh, in our meeting, if we had our January meeting.
Yeah, either the beginning or the end, somewhere in there.
Are you picking up muffins?
So his office had said, yes, they're floating that date to the senator's, schedule.
Nice. That's a good idea.
They'll get back to us, soon. Let's see, and then, just one other thing, no major changes with the building. We did get the light taken care of yesterday. I called upon Alan, and this was great. I called upon Alan, Colby, because I don't have Bob Gebline anymore. I didn't have Wayne here, and we have a problem with the light.
Which light?
The automatic timer for the exterior of the building.
Oh.
I mean, we paid a prepay to have all the lights on the exterior working properly. Well, what happened, I believe it had to do with the time change. So Alan came, and it was funny because he looked at it and he says, oh, I have 2 or 3 just like this in my
Perfect.
chicken houses, chicken coops. So, yeah, he adjusted it yesterday and it was working, and I let Diane know.
When the
She
people
was the
came
last
back
person
from the
to be
trip, everything was dark.
Oh, yes,
Everything
and I
was dark.
Even Sunday after my DUA, I came in and, oh my gosh, and it's just that sensitive, but, so he assisted us in getting that straightened out. I do have Allied, let's see, Allied, I do have the stair lift company coming out today to measure the stairs, the stair lift. We're looking at some different options, not just the $4,600 option was basically gonna give us the same thing we have. So, want to look at a custom option as a possibility where the chair would come down, would wrap around the side, and it would free up the stairs.
Yes.
Not as much as I thought. I thought it would be flush mounted, to the wall, but apparently not. So everybody, it's up to me. If anybody else wants to be there with me.
What time is he coming?
3 o'clock.
It might be there. I might still be there.
So, today or?
Yeah.
So, we'll get an update on that. And I will get that off to, Jeremy once we have, something.
Because I do see a problem with people climbing the stairs when the chair is sticking out. They have to sometimes go up sideways. And if you're carrying something, it gets caught on it.
Yeah, so the new structure would give us 3 inches, but it still has the chair protruding, either in the lower position or upper position. So we'll work on that.
Was it Alan Tatro that
No,
adjusted the light?
Colby,
Oh.
Kolbe.
Okay, well, he's an electrician.
No,
He's
he's a good-hearted person.
That's the main thing. Last thing to let you know, one thing we did do last month was we had the oil change in the van, and we were told that we were gonna need new tires by the end of, not this year, but next year. It's coming, it's looming, and that means 6 tires. So, I have to get quotes on that, so we'll probably put that in our budget.
For next year.
Yeah, and just one other thing that Bill and I are gonna work on the budget, next week. Which we're well in advance, but it's good to have these things, that we're looking at. We need new chairs. It's time. We've had those chairs, looked at, recapped, refelt so many times, and they just keep breaking and, scraping the floor. We need, that's something I'd like to budget to for equipment. New chairs, maybe a combination of Some people do need the
They
arms.
do to get up, yeah.
But then there is the nicer, the lighter, sturdy, ones without arms too, so we could do a combination, but we should put that in our budget too.
Well, we'll go through it.
Yeah, we'll go through
As
that.
Jeremy said, he wanted a list of what they needed. So-
Mhm.
So that's that. But it's, gonna be a busy month, this month going in.
I hope you're still taking your vacation as you should. Yes, you really. I think we can cover if we have to cover.
You want me to say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was gonna wait till open, but I got notice yesterday, last night, I got a text, and then I followed up with a call. Our acting assistant Julie has taken a full-time position, which was something I've always feared. This is our fourth assistant and the third one that clearly stated they're leaving for a full-time position.
Do we want to think about asking to increase the hours of that position to full-time?
We've asked
Well-
again and again and again.
Because this is our fourth one in how much, like 2 years, 3 years, 7 years? It's been-
Okay.
Well, one of them only lasted a week.
No, she was a year.
She was a year?
Yeah, we had
The one that
3 years,
left?
2 years, 1 year, 2 years.
When is her last day? When is she?
That next
Two o'clock?
Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well,
The company she's going to wants her, they want her yesterday, and so.
And good luck to her. We wish her nothing but the best.
I agree.
Exactly, and she did say to me, she's gonna put it in her resignation, when she was interviewed for this job. And when she accepted this job, it was on the premise that they may be going to full time,
Right,
and,
right.
So at the time.
that's another issue.
Yeah, I think it's needed. I think it's needed. Because you spend the time training and this is not a good time, but like I said, life goes on and we'll just have to do the best we can.
December without an assistant.
Right.
Yeah.
Volunteer someone.
Our senior workers.
All right. Tri-Valley report. Anything on the horizon? I know you don't go anymore, but I know you probably get some of theirs. Okay,
One thing I would say is they are back to big transportation, so I think their clients can have two rides a month.
all right, we'll slow down a little bit.
Yeah, and
It's okay.
I'm still writing.
You do it.
Right now, talk about
Right.
it.
Is currently offering 2 rides a month.
Transportation is open again for 2 rides a month.
So what people do is they'll use that for Fridays, they'll use that for longer distances, places that we don't
That we don't go to.
And I will say, just, I'm gonna throw the Tri-Valley lunch program on there. Our numbers have been low, they've been very low. Sometimes we're surprised when, oh, wow, 3 people came in that didn't sign up, and we accept them happily, but yeah, it's something we need to.
I know, I gotta work on that. It's just,
Even if it's once a month, if we choose like the first Tuesday of the month and have a special meal, soup and sandwich,
I know a couple of us will remain nameless. I have agreed that it might be a good idea if we cooked a meal occasionally.
Yeah.
And Earl
Right,
has kindly said that in my
Right.
brain.
All right, and then now you're talking about.
The Tri-Valley still. Tri-Valley is all encompassing. Tri-Valley does home care, Tri-Valley does Meals on Wheels. There's meals at the senior center, Tri-Valley does.
Yeah, people are doing, the Meals on Wheels. I
All
think
right, so
Joan
what
does
are
it.
we talking about? A special meal?
Yeah, what we were saying is, a couple of us had talked about, maybe we could make soup and sandwiches 1 time a month. A very, very basic meal, nothing fancy, but just a change, just to have a change. I think Melissa made a lasagna one time. We're not talking about feeding like 50 people. We're talking about feeding the people who, the regular people come.
Sign up. Yeah.
And Earl was saying that you wouldn't mind playing the piano occasionally too. And that,
Maybe once a month or something to have a special meal and all.
yeah,
Oh,
Sounds lovely.
Wouldn't there be a problem with Board of Health as far as people cooking and?
when they're not paying for it.
Yeah, they're not cooking on purpose, they're probably bringing in maybe grilled cheese or something, but I've got to meet with their agent.
And if we're getting the serve safe thing too,
Right,
then we are.
Donnie, if you want to take a serve safe.
No, I'm gonna take it. I don't know who's that name is up there.
Oh,
Right,
that's-
someone,
She's our Tri-Valley coordinator,
but we
but
can't go off first anymore.
we can, we absolutely can. We can, our Board of Health would like to see one of us up there, You know, and we just had like 10 of us all trained.
Yeah,
You know, Bill was trained, I was trained,
Me.
I know Donna wasn't able to be there, but she's gonna take the Serve Safe full training, which will open up.
So who's the agent you're meeting with? Somebody from
Colleen,
Tri-Valley?
no, Colleen from the Board of Health.
Oh,
The sandwiches we had the other day from Panera were very good.
But
The
Yes.
sandwiches we had from
Thank you,
Panera were very good for the Friends
nice
night.
wrap with some chips instead of, no one eats the broccoli.
No.
No one eats the broccoli. I don't even know why I put it out, because I'm just scraping it off.
it's like mush, yeah. When I used to work in the kitchen there.
I think sauce on the chicken was good yesterday, you know, some stuff, but it would be nice for people to be like, oh, getting a sandwich today, you know?
Right, if they want to, I had that mentioned to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
in
that'd be
it.
great.
Earl's already, he's offered to play for Valentine's, our Valentine's luncheon, which I think is on the 13th.
Agreed.
So, yeah, so it's, I think we should, maybe we need to set up a committee for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I'd like to see if it's going.
maybe in January. Let's get through this month, especially without, because we're gonna have to set up an interview committee too.
Yeah, that, we don't do that, HR does that.
Oh, you guys didn't, I thought you were. Oh, okay, here you go. All yours. All right, good. All right, the Friends of Men's Elders report, is that you,
That's-
Susan?
That's me.
Okay,
Okay, so we met on Monday. And just a side note, at the end of the meeting, we had a Christmas swap that was very entertaining. But during the meeting, we had our officers' reports from the treasurer, the secretary, the COA, our new senior center community center report, director's report, and president's report. And after those reports, that we had committee reports, which included Friends Lunch Bunch, Sunshine and Travel. The focus of the Friends of Mendon Elders in December is really quite a few activities, holiday activities. I highlighted a couple in the report, but also our newsletter gives you a lot more details of what's coming up, dates, times, and those kind of details. The senior center will be open on December 26th and January 2nd, since they are considered town offices.
I just want to go back for a second, because I thought the New Year's thing was on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it is. I was just gonna.
Oh, okay.
First.
Sorry, thank
No,
you.
that's right, just.
Thank you. So New Year's Eve is the New Year's Eve party.
Yeah,
How lucky are we?
yeah,
Okay, thank you for noticing that. And I just wanted to let everybody know that this is my last meeting as a liaison, and Carolyn will be taking over next year. I've been very fortunate to serve with Carolyn, but also to be the liaison to the Council on Aging. When I retired, I got a little overzealous with all the things I wanted to do. And I take care of grandchildren frequently, so I found myself just overwhelmed. So I needed to backpedal. And I certainly will stay active, and if you find any roles where I could be helpful, please reach out. But I needed to, like I said, backpedal.
we appreciate what you and Carolyn have done, and we just do.
She's awesome to work with, as anybody knows that has, so.
Carol, will you be our liaison?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that we did vote for the new board and
Yeah, oh, that's right.
so
We did.
I'm taking, I also committed with the president, I have no idea how much work was involved. And so Karen Sipley and Dottie are gonna be co-presidents next year.
Oh,
Um,
what did you say?
Dottie, Karen Sipley and Dottie Gasso are gonna be co-chairs like Earl and I are. Or co-president, whatever you want.
Okay. and then
So it's Dottie and Karen Sipley. They've been voted unanimously.
yeah,
Right. I know.
We
That sh- that
barred
should
the door, no one could leave.
That should have been part of my report that we had that vote, because that was very important. So, and Carolyn will be on the board of directors.
yes,
But
but Betsy Edsel
she will be
also-
serving as the liaison to
Perfect.
here.
We like to have somebody from the Friends.
Yes. And she likes coming to the meetings. See how
So.
Do you have a secretary?
It's the same one, Joanne Mondor. The secretary and the treasurer have not changed.
Oh, okay.
Right,
You still have them, their names are right here. You still have Joanne Mondor as secretary and you have Nancy as treasurer. There was no change in those two
Oh,
things.
okay.
and just leadership,
Mhm.
president, vice president.
Okay, we could just back up just a minute, your report just brought something to mind, John and I were talking yesterday. And this is one thing I wanted to talk about, the time around the holidays. And I know we voted to be open like on the 26th, that's the day after Christmas, and we don't currently have someone covering that particular day for lunches.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it.
And then Christmas Eve, I wasn't planning on, I think town offices, I think they're closed at noon.
I think so.
Yeah, so I wasn't planning on having a meal that
No.
either.
No, that's a lot of, that's a busy day for people.
And Peg,
Yes.
I'm there all day on Thursdays,
All right.
so I can help you.
Okay,
with the
perfect.
check-ins.
You know that, you both.
Yeah, we know Bill.
I didn't take the testing or anything, so
Yeah.
I know I have to go around late.
You can do the survey and she can give you.
Okay, that would be. I'll wear my apron. You're welcome, no problem.
Are we sure that we have to be open on the 26th?
I think
Seriously,
that,
anyone's really gonna be coming around, because this Christmas, so there's Tuesday, and it's gonna be half a day. And then Wednesday is
Yeah.
Christmas, and then the day after, people travel with their families and stuff.
The only reason
It's closed on Friday.
The only reason I mentioned it is it was mentioned in the meeting yesterday, is because we are a town, we go by the town offices. They just wanted to let people know that that's what's expected. But if we choose to not be open, I guess that's our choice. That's,
I know
Just leave that.
Discussed.
I don't can go either way.
The board decided to decide what the council was doing.
A half a day goes by so fast. I mean, 2, 3 hours is done.
All right, well, what do you want to decide on that then?
The question.
I have to work at the food pantry that day.
You have to wait.
I work at the food pantry.
That's a Tuesday, we're talking about
This is the
Thursday.
Thursday after
Oh,
Christmas.
After Christmas.
Yep, we'll be.
Is that your first day of Hanukkah too?
Yep.
Nice.
I don't know, consider the folks at the senior housing, a lot of those folks don't have family that they run to that thing.
Does somebody provide the meals
They
for
get
Christmas?
meals, They get meals up there. So.
And they don't always come.
I wasn't sure, I don't know where these folks come from.
Yeah.
You get Dave these days to get in the office.
No, and he's in, and he doesn't, yeah,
All right,
anyways.
let's go around the table. Earl, do you have a preference to open or close?
I would say close,
Okay. It's actually Hanukkah too, so that is a holiday.
the first day of Hanukkah.
I would say close.
You know what I'm saying.
Closed.
Closed.
Phil?
I guess I'll do for the closest.
Are you just talking about December 26th and not January 2nd? What are we?
We're only talking about the day after Christmas right now.
Okay, and I'll go along with the majority and say close.
All right, we'll close then. We'll close. Because you know best, because you do the food.
You know.
All right, okay.
So we'll note that down there.
Because it's also the first day of Hanukkah as well.
So. She and I could use a vacation day.
Yes,
And
yes.
Calls from my computer too.
Yeah, if you know somebody that doesn't have a meal, just let us know. We'll take care of it.
I'll take care of something.
I think one's going to be getting meals for Christmas.
So be glad.
I'm not sure if it's the Lions or Brothers. Doing meals,
Thanks
so.
to.
Okay.
Okay, very good. All right, that was easy then.
so it's January 2nd, we are open.
I assume we're open January
Okay.
2nd. I mean.
Do you want
I
to
don't-
address that same issue for January 2nd?
Well-
Vacation that week.
Then we should close because you're gone.
Well, not necessarily, no, not necessarily. You're talking about the 2nd of January, huh? We're having our party the 31st. I don't know. I can go either way. I mean, that's just how I feel. Does anybody have any strong feelings
You
about it?
know, take working, so I could be here, I serve lunch, all purpose person. I can't imagine there'll be many people there, it could get snow.
But I know that on Thursdays, I have exercise in the morning and take care of lunch, and then the yard works in the afternoon.
All right, so we would be canceling,
Lunch, yarn works, exercise, and then, lunchtime, pretty full day. And then we do have food pantry on Friday the 3rd. Janet knew that I was gonna be on vacation, so I'm gonna have someone subbing for me. But I usually assist with that for Friday food pantry, so.
well, why don't we open then?
I
Because
think open is a good.
On the second.
given the choice, I'd rather have the 26th closed. I think that will affect more people.
And open, okay.
I'll be in the building, Diane will be in the building, Carolyn will be in the building. As long as you got somebody manning the phones.
So you can be open in a second.
Yeah, we'll be open on the 2nd.
So is it a good idea to put a sign on the door, just telling people ahead of time?
And probably on the sign-up sheets for the lunches.
Yeah.
It's being open, so.
I know. But they raised some good points. You've raised some good points about it, so. All right, that's what we'll do. We'll split the difference. Yeah, old business, food pantry update.
I'm gonna let you.
We've been rolling in, we've got lots of food from the scout drive. It's continued to come in from town people at the post office, in the, the gazebo barrel, in the gazebo.
You think the people are more generous this time of year? Yeah.
Yes, yeah, so we're in good shape. I mean, there's a few little areas where we need a little tweaking, but we're doing good. And then this Friday is the, people that come in to shop. Take place this Friday. So I think everything's going along.
The town employees are having their holiday party on the 17th. They requested donations for pantry, and has provided a list of those things that we need the most. So it's good. People are really reaching out. We did have one company, it'll show our next month's report, or this month's report next month. Shine Construction gave us $1,000 donation. I unfortunately was not there to receive it, but Janet was, and a slew of wonderful new food that they knew that we needed. So people have been very generous.
Great, that's good. All right, next thing is the updates. Phil, you want to handle that? Thank you.
Just a couple of points. First point being that we did pass, something to note, but on November 18th, did pass on the vote. We did not.
Passed over.
We did pass over.
Important word that.
Over. That was agreed to by the select board and the committee. Considering,
Keep that voice up.
I was waiting for the second. Considering the fact that the voters did not approve it on the 5th. So that's we passed over. Second point, the need is still there. So we're going to continue to explore alternatives. A third point is we're going to meet with Amy, and I can meet with Jeremy Monday or Tuesday of this week coming to look for a path forward and discuss some creative ways to get this thing done. I'm committed. I think we're going to get something done one way or the other. And Amy and I will work the budget for shortfall. Two different efforts. But we will have a respectable senior center functioning
With
now
adequate parking.
and in the future.
And maybe changes to the current building that may have to be made.
Until we meet with Jeremy, there are some other efforts. Karen, my wife, who has worked in facilities management and municipal buildings forever, was nice enough to take a programs review, so that piece is coming along well. So we'll have the bare minimum of what we need, plus a little bit to expand for the senior center. And that'll be given to either Jeremy's folks he wants to talk to, but I do have the architect and the engineer engaged already. We'll look at our current facility to see what can be done. A lot of implications. And other facilities and other places.
including the site up the street.
Yes, okay.
I don't like the phrase bare minimum. I feel like, we currently have the bare minimum, but
I think we'll have enough to support us to open a professional center, senior center, and be able to expand a little bit.
Before we got the current architect, many years back, some of the architects that we interviewed were focusing on how we could enhance this building rather than look for a new place to go to. And I don't know if I still have that information. You must have that information. How to expand the parking lot, how to do this, how to add on an extra L room or something like that. And I think we should take a look at that too.
And we want to also go to the select board about, seeing if we can get some additional land. We had talked about that at our last meeting. Because we only have that additional acre, which is like diamond shaped. It's kind of an odd shape, even if it meant sharing a parking lot, let's say with the highway department or something.
It's very dangerous having people park there. across the street.
Yeah, that was evident. That was evident at the Veterans Breakfast.
Yeah.
We almost lost our band leader. I didn't stop.
Say we tried to fix, do something with our current building, which I wish we could, because I love our current building, but it's too small. We could add, do we have to, does it have to be gutted out and start almost like from scratch? If you're gonna update a building?
If you update a building significantly, my wife could talk this better. If you make enough significant change, other than changing refrigerators and lifts, adding rooms, adding functions, you need to bring it up to state municipal code. And once you do that, that requires sprinkler systems, it requires all the other handicap accessibilities, entrances better than what we have today.
Would that include enhancing the parking lot? Just doing the
Yeah.
parking lot?
That would happen. Well, no, I think the parking lot, we could get away with it. I think we could.
I think so, because that's-
External
yeah.
function. But I mean, if you start to touch the building in any major way,
Yes, even putting an L building onto it,
Be nice to keep it to one floor, then we wouldn't have the cost of the elevator, which also would require maintenance and things like that.
that depends on what we need to do downstairs.
Yeah. Well,
Downstairs to the basement.
we haven't given up. The bottom line is, we know the need still exists. We have not given up. We don't intend to.
We're gonna come up with square footage requirements, I shouldn't say government, to support the needs of the center. With a little bit of expansion. Recommendation will go forward that there needs to be another expansion, probably in 5 to 10 years.
that
That's
doesn't
okay.
make sense to me.
But that's okay.
Well, the voters have spoken and we can't come back with the same.
No, what you just said doesn't make sense. What is the point of doing it?
But just take a look at the library, I mean, they're already cramped there. They need space.
But that's okay.
Can I
Yes, of
add
course.
something? So one reason to look at what it would take to take the current building up to code would be to make it clear what the cost will be, so that the voters know that even having potentially minimal changes to the size will still be a very large investment. And I think that a lot of, I've seen public, comment on Facebook, people don't have any idea how much it costs even to make minimal changes to a municipal building, because you can't make minimal changes structurally. You have to follow state code. And there are a lot of laws in place that are, to protect the public, right? The buildings need to be made so that they're fully ADA accessible and with fire safety issues and fire suppression. So I think one thing we need is that baseline of how much it will cost to basically have the same thing, but up to code. And then I think that will put us in a better position to say, okay, this is our baseline. And then any improvements will be measured against that. So that's where I see that benefit. I see your point, and it doesn't make sense, but that is not the goal. I mean, that is one goal is we need the building to be fully up to code.
Yeah. I mean, if we have to build something new that's gonna be like a box, so basic. I can't see the point. I
Right.
really don't. I think we should just manage.
I mean, I agree, but we need to find out what the cost of that box would be. And then, because I don't think the voters will want that either, once they know what the cost will be, but we don't have those numbers. And so I think this will be helpful in terms of just establishing like what the norms, what the expected prices are for municipal buildings.
And I think in conversation with Jeremy, we'll also look at what it costs other municipalities to build these centers. We know that Upton combined Mendon Library Bank, which is not much larger than ours, was 12.8.
Right.
I don't know, Amy, you're, I don't know what's going on with the
Something's
screen
there.
over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know,
Thank
you're
you,
doing your
sorry.
Christmas, she's doing her Christmas shop. She's not.
Thanks, Elaine. That's so stupid.
And it's prevailing wages. That's another
Right,
thing.
right, that
The
is,
original
right.
building was all donated labor and that
Right.
stuff,
Yeah.
but prevailing wages, that's expensive.
so,
Elaine's point. We need to do due diligence on what we have today to really show what it would cost to take our building to the next step.
And the town would also lose the use of that building that they would have gotten had we moved. And that has a value too.
yes, definitely.
So, what goes on?
Definitely need more space,
Oh, yeah.
even with the veterans.
Yeah,
I mean, it is so crowded.
Yeah, that's the
We
main
have to
thing.
accommodate 100 people, not 50.
That's the number of conversation.
100.
well, we're showing a good faith effort.
That's for
That's
sure.
what we're doing.
Well,
Oh my
you
gosh.
know, we started, we were calling it a community center and senior center. That was appealing to the whole community. They still voted it down.
But it was close. I mean, we have to remember that 1,700 people were in favor of it, which
A
was,
lot of people
that-
who voted.
it's
that
the
is-
151 blanks that trouble me, the blanks. Anyway, okay, good conversation. Go ahead. Do you want to say anything else?
The only other note on, we have some major events coming up between here and short term, this month. We should consider getting a full detail. of the police department.
Right, and
Because of
does the town pay, yeah, because of that incident with Dave. Does the town pay for that? Is that paid for by the town?
So
Because the
for-
detail's like $400, isn't it?
I think maybe we can, that could be in the budget,
It'll
so,
be in the budget for future.
right,
The next, there are a couple of events, there that comes up,
That's Saturday, yeah.
okay.
there's some bigger events.
so is that the Friends though, are they responsible for that? Their event?
If they're gonna pay $400, it's gonna chew into their profits. I mean, seriously.
I look at this as a community function area. I would suggest we go to the town. Or have the town contribute a $400 contribution.
I suggest that nobody try crossing the street by themselves.
You know, I saw an elderly, very elderly person trying to cross the street. I actually drove my car in and picked her up, drove her across the street and dropped her at the door. And because she would never have made it. You know, even if we have to use the van for that, it's just going across the street. It's the safest way.
Why would we have to pay our police department to put a detail on?
It's a private event.
But it's a private event.
It's all considered. I think even if we have a senior center thing. That's going on this senior center.
Right, that's right.
It's still an event that they have to spend money that they haven't.
Yeah, I'm not, I mean, it might be a question for Jeremy, like about how, you know, how these, I mean, right, because I know if, for example, if a private group uses a public building, they are responsible for, like, for example, like when the Lions Club used the club school, they had to pay, and the school was not responsible for providing police detail. So I think because the Friends are a private entity and they need to be as the fundraising, I think that's where it's gray area. Whereas senior center events that are sponsored by the senior center, those are town events, whereas, right, so that is a
We'll bring it up.
question.
Right, moving on, holiday programs, tree trimming this Thursday and a farewell to Janet Ahern. She's not gonna be there Thursday?
No, she's hurting. She was gonna be our piano player.
Yes.
Tomorrow. And
Oh, it's tomorrow, that's
she's been in the process of packing a lot, and she just said her hands are just not up to it. So,
Steve Atkinson around?
I'm gonna give him a call.
He plays beautifully too.
Yes, he does. He came in, but he hadn't been in for quite.
Well, maybe he'll do that.
Yes, so.
All right, so tree trimming, it's still on, and what's the times, Amy?
It's anywhere between 10 and 1. I think it's gonna be set up. Start. It's assembled, the trees lit.
Right.
And.
They
some
just hang an
people-
ornament.
yeah, some people just come in and go to town
We must have some Christmas CDs anyway.
and do plenty.
Yeah, so we can always substitute that. The COA holiday dinner is, next week, 12/11. We're gonna serve, yeah.
Sir. I did mention to Jeremy, in the past, we have had select board members, I don't know how you feel about that, assisting.
On the, sorry, on,
That's
the
on
first
the
year.
11th.
I mean, I'm not available, but, I mean, I'll be, wait, this is Wednesday,
It's
Like,
Wednesday,
it'll
the 11th, right?
right.
That's why we didn't have the COA meeting on the second Wednesday. We
right?
moved it up.
So, I mean, yeah, certainly you could see if anyone's available. I'll be in California, so,
Jeremy was gonna check,
okay.
to have a couple extra hands.
I mean, I think certainly, I don't see why, I mean, you could certainly ask. I mean, I don't know if Mike Goddard might be available. I believe he's volunteered before.
I think
I
he
know-
and Barbara both came.
Yeah, and I think, I just think,
Too much help. Too much help is just too.
I know.
Not much. So, I mean, I can see that, I can,
Is the list full?
no, the list isn't full. I'm gonna send out another email. We're at about 30 participants, and he's planning on ordering 60, and I said, well, wait till you hear from me. And,
And where will this be?
At the senior
At the
center.
senior, oh, okay.
So we'll have, with the COA, I'd say we're closer to 40, some volunteers. But still.
Can I check people in?
Absolutely, that would be great.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Thank you. And I mean, the foods are all gonna be coming in at 11:30, sorry.
Yeah. So we having a punch?
Is that?
Punch? We having a punch?
Yes.
You and I can work on that.
Maybe Wednesday I can do.
Beautiful.
Good.
Thank you, Carol.
Do we know what the meal is gonna be yet?
No, but we've always asked for some kind of chicken cutlet.
Like an individual serving
I
of chicken.
did mention
So
that.
we're not doing cut-ups.
So I said, you liked it when they did the chicken stuff, because it was individual, and
Yeah.
easier to serve.
Other people were asked for chicken, so I'll see. It's very good, very good.
Let me ask you, we're probably gonna use COA money and purchase a gift for the Ferrucci's? Yes, okay, do we have to vote on that? We don't, okay, just,
It's up to you, I mean, and does anybody have any suggestions? I know one year Carol purchased a store, I think last year we got something.
do they like to eat out? Do they like to eat out?
They eat at Galliford's every Friday. They eat.
All right, we could get a gift card for from Galliford's. Actually, didn't you say you guys are going to Galliford's?
So,
17th?
no, actually, you're all invited, everybody's invited to Gallagher's on the 20th.
Okay, why did I hear you say something about the town thing?
The town employees are having something here.
Oh, here, okay. Okay.
On the 7th. But no, you're all invited to Gallagher's, the flyer just went out to all.
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. It's townwide, it's townwide.
So,
Last year,
right, yeah.
Do we have to sign up individually?
Yes, so Katie, our assistant here, so you should have gotten the.
I thought you
got
could
an
answer the,
email,
you
but
could
I didn't
answer
know.
the email.
Like,
I
if you were gonna
responded.
sign everybody up for it, I didn't know if you were gonna sign us all up.
Everybody
Let
does.
you know
I
when-
think you should.
Because you know how many people. it's one or two or, yeah. I think I responded to Jeremy's email and I got a note back saying I'm out of the office. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I know we got it. I think everybody handles it
I
individually.
have another Christmas party that night.
Oh, that's too bad.
Same night.
All right, but let's go back for a second. Shall we get, from the Gallifits?
Sure.
Yeah, they go there. I know every Friday night they go there.
Then I think that's the perfect thing for them.
We have to talk about it.
I'd say 100. I mean, he's buying,
Yeah, 50 doesn't go very far anymore.
no, it doesn't.
Restaurant.
Yeah, it's the only.
Okay, yeah,
So we have an account with Kate, I'll just purchase that and get the list.
Yeah. you're gonna do it or you want me to go to Gallifits? What do you want? All right, we'll talk this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll-
All right, that's good. I think that's good, because sometimes you give them flowers and things like that, but if Ann's spot on, if they go over everything.
thanks.
All right, good, good. Okay, Nisco Hill Chorus, that's next Thursday.
Yeah, I just. The
Mhm.
minstrels, and we've got a really good sign up. I feel good about that.
It's at 10:30.
It's at 10:30. It's they're choosing time. They're going to Upton and they're coming to us. So they
Perfect.
Have to get the kids back to school.
Now, are we gonna give them something like candy canes or something like that? Don't we do some little thing?
Kids.
Great, you're gonna handle that? Perfect.
If anybody is there, like, I think Diane, you've helped pass them out.
Yep,
before.
yep, I stand there, I'm in the doorway.
You and Ann will be arm wrestling for that job. Okay, the Mendon Minstrels, yep, the 19th.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the 18th, and it's nice stuff, chicken breast, but no, so they allow us some leeway, so allowing us to switch that meal to Thursday.
Oh, we do still have question marks.
I know, I should have taken them off, I'm sorry. Yeah, so what I do is I used last month's agenda and I should have taken them off, but, so it's gonna be, stuffed chicken breast with, cheese and broccoli and potatoes and.
Oh,
That's everything. It's gonna be in the chicken, in the chicken. So it'll be one of the nicer meals, so the meals are $3 a person. I know sometimes we've gotten some funding to,
Yeah.
to pick up the meal. I don't know where we would wanna do that from, if we wanna do, see if we get.
Why don't you see how many people are signed up for it first?
I think we're reaching 20, but not 20.
And are you including the minstrels for that?
Anybody who signed their name on the sheet,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the minstrels need to sign up.
hope we signed up.
There's still time, there's still time. I have 48 hours to change the count. So, yeah, it'd be nice, it's nice to just, at $3 a person, it's not super expensive, but we can embellish it if we want to. I think, for dessert, trying to have dessert, we might want to embellish it with a nicer dessert.
I haven't seen those Christmas log things that, I don't think they make them
So
anymore.
and that's what we haven't usually do for next week. Justin. Should I just do a nice cake from Market Basket? Why not?
Yes.
Yes.
Make it easier on yourself if you're gonna be there anyway. But we used to get those log ice cream things and just cut them up, like a spumoni log. They were colorful for Christmas.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them. Okay. Anybody have any questions on that?
Do you need volunteers for the 19th for the minstrels lunch, or is that? Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Because some of the minstrels are like, some of the regular volunteers are
minstrels.
minstrels.
Yes.
So let me get back to you, but I think I should be back.
That would be
then.
wonderful.
So since I can't come to the previous week, and I haven't heard the minstrels yet, so I know, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. You're shocked.
And
It's about time that I heard the minstrels.
We could be singing waitresses.
Yeah, you could.
That's right.
Put another ball in the air.
And at what time?
Okay, so the event is at 11, the minstrels are at 11, the lunch is at 12.
You'd want to
Okay.
set up before the minstrels start, though.
We'll probably set up the day before. I think I've already told,
All right, that's Wednesday?
I think I've already told, Faith that we can't have exercise that day. Yeah.
See, these are the things that the voters have no idea of, programs that people love that we have to cancel because we only have one room.
Yeah.
It's sad, it's sad. All right, well, that would be good. That would be good if you're able to do that. All right, Diane, the New Year's celebration.
Yes, we're having a Eastern theme this time. I'm going to be working with you ladies because we're gonna need more hats and we're gonna need, bandanas.
We can order those from Oriental Trader, I
Okay,
believe.
if you could do that for me. that
I
would
can,
be
tell me
great.
how many you need. I'll talk to you at the center this afternoon.
Yep, that would be great. The menu, I'm going to, go with the place over in Bellingham. I've got it in my pocketbook and carry it around. Yep. It is Jeff's Backyard Grill.
Oh, Jeff's Backyard and Grill, right?
Yeah, and so, they do have the catering. I had to print that off. They didn't have the menu for it, but I printed it off. So I do have the prices here and the minimum person, you know, so much per person and you can only have, you have to have a minimum of so many people, things like that. So I was thinking of having, 20 people sign up and then like maybe 5 or 6 helpers. And so we'll get like 36 meals.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, work it that way.
That's fine.
So. But, and I have.
Because if there's a minimum, we have to go with the minimum.
Right, right. So
And what is the charge for that day?
that there, it's gonna be $5 from each person.
Oh, $5,
I was
oh, that's-
gonna, up it a little bit, but, it went out before I was able to say, gee, no, I think it should go up, but the price is gonna be up a little bit. I was told there was plenty of money, so I'm not worried about it.
Is the Friends paying for the entertainment?
Yes,
Oh, thank you, Friends.
they're paying for the meal too.
Oh, okay.
Clear wash.
You want to go out with a bang. All right, that's great. That's great.
Okay, so what I have these menus here and everything, I don't know if you want to see it now, see what the offer are and to put your suggestions in, or.
Full sorting.
I think you ask everyone for suggestions, you're gonna be having.
Yeah.
Get the most basic thing that you think people will eat
Yeah.
Stick with it.
without allergies and things like that. And
We'll have to get a dessert.
what's the hours, Diane?
I think I had it down from 11 to 1.
11 to 1.
Oh, 11 to 1, okay. And we'll set up the day before on that too?
Yep.
I'll help you.
Wait a minute.
That's the
No, I
30th.
don't think we can.
Why, it's a Monday.
I haven't canceled exercise. I've already canceled exercise on the 19th, the 31st, and now the 26th.
Well, the 31st,
I'll just, wait, no, I have done it. Yep.
okay, the 31st is the day of the,
19th, 31st. I will do the 20th.
Okay, but what's the story on decorating the 30th? Is that,
yeah.
that's fine? Okay, put me down.
The other thing was when Dottie and I were in the store buying new things and, so the cashier was going, oh, somebody's having a party, you know, and I said, yep. And she goes, oh, it's at the senior center, come on over, and I'm like this. She goes, all right. She goes, what's the time? I said 11 to 2. She goes, oh, God, I'm gonna be in bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Oh, she thought it was at midnight? Oh, that's funny. So now you're telling me it's 11 to 2?
Isn't that what I said, 11?
No, you told me 11 to 1. So what is it? You wanted an hour without me, I know.
I was gonna party by myself, but no, so we were kind of laughing at her. No, we're seniors.
Yeah,
We're doing
it's,
the daytime.
we don't drive at night. All right, it sounds like you got it all in hand. New business, holiday schedule in Pufferidge, we talked a little bit about that. Yeah, so the 26th we're closed, but the 2nd we're open.
I will be on vacation that.
A question. On those Thursdays.
Yeah.
You are canceling evening yoga because there's just 3 more weeks. Tomorrow and the next 2 weeks.
No, that's in the evening.
Right, well, I know, but usually you clear off the tables and whatnot.
Yeah.
So the floor is.
Somebody's gonna have to do it, you know.
After the lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, but leave me the list. I need a list because I wouldn't know what to do. Yeah,
I just called.
yeah, I know where you live.
You know, Dave is always on but I would prefer that
Who
staff
has?
do it. Faith,
Oh,
our instructor has offered to help break down the tables. Like Diane will see, I start after lunch, I just start breaking down all the tables and put one on the floor. And our driver usually is gone like, right after lunch. I mean, we only have so many hours.
that's right, right.
So.
That's why when you're talking about canceling, that's why I brought that up.
Well, but then, yeah, canceling is earlier in the day, but yoga is in the evening, so somebody's gonna have to do what we always do every Thursday. You know, Diane's usually there to help, you know, she helps coordinate cleaning the
A
tables.
lot of work.
It's a ton of work.
Will you be back January 2nd, the day after?
Yes.
the meeting?
Yes.
You'll be back now.
Yes.
So,
I say no, no, I'm on vacation that week.
all right, so Julie's last day is the 12th.
Okay.
Is that correct? Julie's last day is the 12th.
Yeah.
And your last day before vacation is it the 19th? The 24th. Okay, Amy's last day.
Will be there the 24th, and then you won't be coming back until January. January 6th. Oh, and there's no chorus that day.
Right.
No, we have a break of 2 weeks, I
Yeah.
think. All right, great. Calendar of events, did you pass that out?
No, I think, you know,
Okay.
pull it together, but, we, you know, January's already in play. What we did this year, is so often things get canceled because of the weather. So we've already worked on, snow dates for like the assessors coming, possibly Cheryl turning 65 coming, things like that. Don't have any, entertainment in January, but I think that's okay. That's okay. I usually like to have one, you know.
My friend is willing to come back, so you can think about it.
Yeah, I mean, the calendar's already out, but certainly if somebody wants to do that, I mean, I mean,
He's reasonable. I
he's
mean,
very reasonable,
Yeah.
people really enjoy that. We do have in February, we have Earl Place.
Yes.
I did, just so you know, I did put in put in several calls to our accordion player, Orchestra of One. It's kind of funny because called, left messages, again, the other day, I actually got somebody, this is the number I got off the.
You talking about Susan?
Yes, Susan McLeod. And off the internet, I got the number because I forget that I have a book with everybody's business cards. But anyway, I got this number off the internet and I called, left a message, called a week later, and she's we're gonna pick up this week, and she says, please let Susan know that I get at least 3 calls a week from people. She says,
the wrong
there's the wrong number on the internet. So I finally took out the business book and I got her card and I left her message. I'm trying to book her for March 13th. For an early St. Pat's program, because St. Patrick's Day falls on a Monday. Which wouldn't be a typical day for us to do entertainment, so. We'll see what she says. She's already,
This is the orchestra.
orchestra one.
Yeah, Susan, we love her. She does a great job. Now, just to go back, you want her for the St. Patrick's thing? I'm going to make a suggestion that she tell us what songs and we try to get music, because that was one of the things that people said last time. They would have loved to have sung along, but they didn't have any music.
Okay.
So that would be something.
On February, Earl Plays, is that going to be actually on?
No, it'll be on the 13th, Thursday the 13th. Both of these will be on the 13th, that Tuesday. Yeah, because Valentine's Day is on a Friday, the 14th.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We've often done that. We try to do something with red sauce, either pasta meatballs or try and get again for another lasagna. And last year it was amazing. I will tell you, a very expensive, very expensive.
Well, it is. It is. I mean,
And I've got prices.
the prices of cheeses.
Carbonis, Olivas, I've gone to them, I mean, lasagnas. We were there when we've tried the
Stoughford.
the Stouffer's
Yeah,
ones.
that was hard.
Like rubber.
Well, the cheese on top, it got tough, like, and then it was hard. The top layer got tough when you were cooking it in the oven.
Mhm.
And then it was, trying to cut it in squares was very
I
hard.
wonder if the Restaurant Depot has, you
Yeah,
could check that out.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
get a 1-day pass or whatever we need.
Yes, other than, we'll discuss in January.
Yeah.
We'll have a tentative, schedule of events based on this year, 2024, kind of looking at some of the same similar programs. Then hopefully, the friends will know what they're doing, when they're doing, what their fairs and whatnot. So we can kind of put those in as well.
Okay, we'll discuss that in January then. A possible funding request will at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time. So that's something.
If we have the
that's something
calendar.
I think Bill and I are meeting too, and maybe we could have, for this portion, I could certainly meet with the co-chairs to discuss what we want to put forward. Because the friends have quite a substantial list of expenses. It was 7,000 this year.
And we didn't spend it.
You did, but you were just shy by, well, the year's not
I
done.
was gonna say it's an expensive one.
Yeah, the New Year's program is gonna be pretty
So
expensive.
when you're gonna talk about the
We'll
funding request with them?
We'll do that, we'll do it in January, I think they're meeting before us. Well, we don't know.
No, wait a minute. In January,
No, actually, they're meeting maybe after us, we're meeting on.
they're meeting the 13th, the second
Yeah.
Monday,
Okay, so
right?
we'll have to
Yeah.
hash it out.
And if we decide to go with some entertainment, he's $100. Is that a problem?
It's never a problem.
I know, I
Just
just,
say we've got so much money, we want people to come to the
Okay.
centre.
well, we want to
Entertainment,
provide
so
it. to-
Bring it.
Okay, all right. I'll find out some dates.
Yeah.
Okay, open forum.
Nothing.
Diane, open forum? Diane? Carol?
No, my only question was, did we resolve anything with the, pets visiting the center?
We dropped that on Jeremy, didn't we, to talk to the health, the pets,
Oh, yeah.
emotional
Yeah.
support pets.
Yeah, oh, that's all, that's in the note from last.
Still anything for open forum?
Just going back, maybe bring the superintendent.
Yes.
February or something.
Oh, that would be great.
I like it.
Oh, yes,
I was
yes.
wondering that's what we got from last time too.
Yeah, I think that's good.
I like to get close.
Yes, and we'd like to think about piggybacking on their lunches. That's a possibility.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'll reach
I
out.
think you might want to try some lunches first, I think, no, seriously.
Is it all chicken nuggets and pizza?
You're talking about at the school?
Yeah.
I'd like to try. Oh, yeah, I thought you meant at Tri Valley, because I have tried those. Ann, do you have anything for open forum?
No.
Unfortunately, I do. I have a question. I meant to bring the senior scene with me, but I forgot it on my table. I just have one question. It just struck me. I guess it's the separation of church and state that I always have in the back of my mind. I noticed that there was a request for anybody who wanted to volunteer to take people to serve church services and things. What was that all about? Individuals who can help transport parishioners
Yes,
to local churches and houses of worship.
right.
I just wasn't.
We get calls on a regular basis. And over the years, it's been off and on, but as an advocate, we had someone, that was a request that Janet Huber had made, looking for friendly visitors that could do something like that. We had people call, I got services, and it would just be a matter of somebody bringing them from their home event to their church event. It's like.
And I was just surprised to see it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you contact your church?
No, generally, this happened to me. I used to go in on Sunday to work and take people to church. The problem is that people that are going to church are very elderly as well.
They're what?
This,
Elderly.
Very elderly.
this would be volunteers though.
Yeah, these are volunteers.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
volunteers, but
Volunteers. Yeah, so it's really not, it's not a van taking them or anything.
no, I know. I always just worry about.
We have had it, in the years, we have had people ask about our van to take them to church. But no, that we don't drive, we could.
Well, I'm just thinking like, let's say it was St. Gabriel's. Don't they have like a ladies club or I'm just,
Some of our seniors that are really frail, I mean, they need some, a little TLC, but I mean, that's something I can bring up to Jen. Jen, this was a request
Okay.
from Jen.
It's our responsibility to, what happens if it's snowing and you get in a
Yep.
car accident with someone?
Yep. Insurance, yes, I have
It's not if they're not paying you.
I don't know. Like I said, it struck me odd that I saw it. And I said, I'm just gonna ask about it.
Sorry, I didn't bring it to your attention then.
No.
Sometimes when we're putting the newsletter together, we're like under the gun, and we've had several of you who are present reading it for us.
What you call?
And Janet, I will say, Janet, anything else, and she'll, because I put some good ideas, and this was one that we've had a senior that's called every weekend this past month, asking for, assistance, so,
That's probably a way to connect them, once they get connected, they're connected.
All right, that's all I had. So the next meeting is January 8th. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Oh, come on. Carol seconds it. All in favor? Meeting over. Thanks all. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll see you,
Yes,
see
yes.
some of you on the 19th, so,
Where are you traveling to?
California.
Yes, you will see us, some of us on the 19th, the minstrels.
Did you stop recording it yet?
All
No, the red dot's
Yeah.
still on.
Amy, if you could stop recording.
You can talk about your trip.
Okay.
I suppose I don't understand why.
Thank you.